Bonsoir, bonsoir, chers amis, c'est Deaso et on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour ce... déjà le 908e ou le 907e, je ne sais pas, épisode de Genshin Impact. Et on est donc ici à l'Opéra Épiclèse pour la suite initialement à l'acte 1. Mensonge dans l'ombre des projecteurs. L'accident soudain s'est produit sur la scène du tour de magie et la personne choisie dans le public est maintenant introuvable. Les soupçons pointent vers Linné et Linette. Mais vous avez des doutes. Bon. Bref. Nous sommes donc là aujourd'hui donc pour continuer donc l'affaire. Et on va essayer de découvrir qui a tué Cowell. Bref. Honnêtement, chers amis, donc je sais pas si ça s'est vu ou ça s'est ressenti dans le dernier épisode par rapport aux autres épisodes, mais j'étais quand même un peu sous pression pendant tout cet épisode, vu que je m'attendais sans arrêt à ce que notre personnage se fasse poignarder dans le dos, plus ou moins, et qu'on est plongé dans la merde. Mais finalement, en fait, je pensais que, nous, on allait être jugés coupables et qu'il fallait qu'on se défende. Mais, finalement, c'est à nous de défendre des gens qu'on connaît. Donc c'est un peu... Moi, je suis agréablement surpris du moment de cette affaire, même si c'est moche pour Linné, mais bon. Honnêtement, pour l'instant, ça se passe bien différemment de ce à quoi je m'attendais. Et c'est plutôt agréable. C'est que honnêtement, moi, le fait d'attendre que tu te fasses couper, que tu te fasses poignarder dans le dos, en sachant que ça va venir, ou en pensant que ça va venir, c'est... Moi, ça me tue. Moi, ça me tue, ce genre de truc. Donc, là, nous sommes donc pour mener l'enquête. Donc, disons donc notre Linné Yaka. Dossier de l'affaire, tour de transposition à l'opéra. Dossier détaillé du meurtre et de la disparition survenue lors du tour de transposition de Linné et Linette à l'opéra Épiclèse. Les difficultés au cours de l'enquête va examiner les indices et les preuves recueillies jusqu'à présent pour organiser vos pensées et faire le point. Donc ils ont le dossier.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand.
Il y a pas mal.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand.
Bon, preuve pertinente. Dossier de l'affaire, tour de transposition à l'opéra.
Why would it be him? How strange.
Le défunt est l'un des assistants de Linné, nommé Cowell. Il avait la confiance de tous ses collègues. Son travail consistait à inspecter tous les accessoires, ainsi qu'à aider pendant le spectacle à garder la foule engagée. Putain, mais il y a tellement de trucs. Pertinent. Preuve pas pertinente. À la conclusion de l'enquête des gendarmes, le feu d'artifice est déclenché juste avant la fin de la représentation a enflammé les cordes qui retenaient le réservoir d'eau. Ils ont tombé entraînant la mort de Cowell. Linné semble être la personne la plus susceptible d'avoir utilisé un accessoire de magie comme arme du crime. Mais la question est pourquoi Cowell? Pourquoi la dame choisie parmi le public a-t-elle disparu? Tant de questions restent encore sans réponse. Bon, donc il semblerait donc que nous allons devoir enquêter, puis défendre notre ami. Honnêtement, bon, je sais pas si vous l'avez déjà vu, mais le fait que ça disait que Linette venait du foyer, plus ou moins, m'a rendu extrêmement suspicieux de ces gens. Linné, Linette, etc. Mais pour l'instant, on va partir du principe qu'ils sont innocents et on va enquêter pour savoir s'ils sont innocents ou pas. C'est toujours l'œil du vin de Tartaglia qui est là. Seulement la ligne blanche. Là où la boîte magique a été heurtée. C'est qu'Owen ne se trouvait pas à l'intérieur, elle aurait pu esquiver le réservoir d'eau. Bonjour Maurice.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the magic troupe members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Pouvez-vous nous en dire davantage à son sujet?
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Merci pour les informations.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Poisson, c'est l'identité de la femme disparue. Elle sait la personne disparue, peintre assez célèbre, elle est venue assister au spectacle de magie afin d'échapper à la pression de son travail. Donc, un lien a été découvert entre elle et les membres de la troupe de Linné. Ouais, donc évidemment, on peut pas sortir. On pourrait techniquement se téléporter, mais ce n'est probablement pas encouragé. Il reste quelques personnes.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Capture mené à la chute du réservoir d'eau.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Linné ne s'est-il pas rendu compte du problème de sécurité qu'elle posait? Ou le savait-il pertinemment?
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
Voilà juste l'endroit où la corde s'est cassée.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
C'était inflammable, on dirait du coton flash.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Les cordes servaient à suspendre le réservoir d'eau. C'est seulement cassé lorsque les feux d'artifice ont été lancés sur scène. Elle a montré que la partie qui était rompue sur la corde était faite d'un matériau inflammable. Ok, ça c'est fucking suspect. Donc en gros, bon, je ne sais pas pour quelle raison potentielle ça aurait pu... la corde aurait pu volontairement être fait comme ça, hormis celles que nous suspectons tous. Il y a peut-être des raisons valables, j'en sais rien. Mais d'ailleurs mon thé est fini. Hop, le petit sachet, on le sort. Mais, donc pour revenir sur quoi je parlais. Mais ça... Si c'était... C'est fucking suspect. Voilà. Esme.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Ouais. Mais c'est quand même fucking suspect.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's some...
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
Ah, ok.
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Linné ou n'importe qui d'autre?
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Let you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Merci, pardon du dérangement.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Cet appareil a été utilisé lors du spectacle de magie pour choisir un membre chanceux du public. Cependant, les gendarmes ont constaté qu'il générait toujours le même nombre, peu importe la manière. De toute évidence, quelqu'un l'a trafiqué. Donc c'était forcément quelqu'un qui y avait accès. Mais qui y a accès? Qui fait partie de la troupe? Oui, attendez, on n'a pas parlé à cette personne, je crois. Toi, là. Non, tu... Rien à dire sur le feu d'artifice. Je vais parler aux différentes personnes, mais visiblement tout le monde n'est pas important. Sympa les sièges. Isildur.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Ouais, ce bruit que Paimon a entendu.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Ah. Dans ce cas, il se serait balancé quand même brièvement.
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
Oui.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Étrange pour le spectacle. Un tour de transposition de nombreux moments plus qu'on obtenait un bruit sourd. C'est vrai, ce bruit. Donc nous avions un gars qui nous rappelle qu'il y avait un bruit. Ça ressemble à une boîte ordinaire, mais Linné est parvenu à s'y déplacer depuis la scène un instant pendant le spectacle. Comment a-t-il fait? Dans ceux-là, on a essayé de leur parler. Là-bas, il y a Linné et Lynette, évidemment. Avec Molly, la gendarme.
Linny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright. Linny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be...
Okay. il y a Linette qui nous regarde. Oui, on court tout autour.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Putain, mais c'est quoi? C'est qui ces gens?
Huh? You mean us? That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine. Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you? Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names? Well, I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine. Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway. All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Vous enquêtez aussi?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind. Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion? Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation. Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon. Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine. Wait a minute! Did that answer count? Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera? Well?
Pas toujours.
And why would that be?
Car dans ce cas, la vérité passe après le divertissement. L'affaire grave ne doit pas être traitée à la légère.
See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
Alright, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Ah. Tu lui donnes donc ton accord, Payman? Je crois que tu as mal compris, Payman.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Vraiment.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Ok. Donc c'était, je crois que là, on a vu tous les personnages qu'il y avait sur la bande-annonce du père de cette version.
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
You need not worry about such things, Demoiselle. That falls under my duties.
Oh, right.
Donc, la demoiselle, si j'ai bien vu, c'est un œil divin géo.
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very...
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
You need not worry about such things.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Ah ok, c'est le même, sauf qui parlait, ok, j'avais zappé un peu. Tristan, bonjour.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
Pendant le spectacle.
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be...
Vous avez quitté l'opéra pendant un spectacle de magie. Après l'incident, ceux dont l'identité a été vérifiée par les gendarmes ont pu sortir.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Ouais. Moi, ça m'intéresse beaucoup. Ouais. et donc l'Archon était quelque part là en haut, n'est-ce pas? Non, tant pis. Ok.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Ouais, c'est un œil divin géo, ouais.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Bien sûr, ça se passe sous la scène.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
Le dos de la porte est différent.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Il y a une autre boîte à l'intérieur de celle-ci.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
Le passage relie les deux boîtes.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place.
Bon, après ça, c'était plus ou moins évident.
The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Ouais. Disons, c'est... Ah. Ouais, je vois. Donc en fait, oui, en fait, c'est beaucoup plus facile et bien sûr plus pratique de bouger une boîte avec une personne dedans que bouger une personne qui ne fait pas partie du tour de magie. Donc c'est pour ça qu'il y avait une double boîte. Évidemment, c'était nécessaire. Comme ça, c'est pour pouvoir plus facilement et plus aisément bouger la personne. Donc l'idée qui fait évidemment partie du tour peut évidemment bouger très très rapidement d'une boîte à l'autre. Et il faisait évidemment surtout son truc pour éviter que pour que ce soit plus intéressant et que les gens ne soient pas trop distraits, etc., etc.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Que s'est-il passé à la fin de votre tour alors?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
Ah. Ok. Donc quand lui, il est sorti de la boîte à la fin. Et en tout cas, on a cru que c'était lui, c'était certainement Lynette en fait.
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
C'est ce que j'ai dit.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
Ouais. Donc évidemment, il suffit qu'elle change de vêtements, même juste le truc qui est sur le visage, en fait, vu que ça se passe tellement vite, personne ne s'en rendrait compte.
So that's how it all worked! Wow, every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
J'avais vraiment pensé à tout.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Donc en gros, elle aurait... Quoi qu'il en soit, elle aurait dû s'enfuir. Si elle a disparu, c'est qu'elle est soit encore dans ce couloir, soit elle a disparu, soit elle a quitté le couloir par ici, quoi.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
Ouais, garantie.
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Explication des tours de magie. Déné a donné un compte rendu détaillé de la façon dont le tour est censé fonctionner. Utilisant une boîte à l'intérieur d'une autre, l'idée consiste à transporter la boîte contenant un membre du public via un tunnel en dessous de la scène, alors que Linné utilise également le tunnel pour passer de l'autre côté. Pendant ce temps, après avoir changé de tenue, Linné doit occuper le public avec l'aide de son assistant. La magie sur scène a un espace supplémentaire au fond dans lequel Lynette, dans les vêtements de Linné, est restée cachée. Elle aurait dû apparaître à la fin du tour pour faire croire que Linné avait pu se déplacer instantanément sur la boîte de l'autre côté. La boîte magique au centre des tribunes a un double fond, et en dessous se trouve une entrée vers un tunnel souterrain. Ceci que le spectacle chanceux était censé avoir été spectateur chanceux était censé avoir été transporté sans que le public s'en aperçoive. Très bien. Putain, toujours avec le truc avec la souris là.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. This rope was obviously tampered with.
Ouais.
People needed to register and reserve a seat for the show. That, combined with this number selector, could allow you to pick a young lady instead of some old fogey.
Some old fogey? What?
Why would it be him? Gosh, no wonder the serial disappearances never got solved. We all heard that noise, didn't we? the performance would not have been visible from where the doors were guarded. If Paimon were on duty, well, there was no chance Paimon could have seen. And that's why only the two taking
Ok, il reste que 2 indices. Il reste que 2 indices. Trouver la station de contrôle. Donc le dispositif de contrôle du chariot. On dirait qu'il y a un mode automatique. Il faut une échelle pour monter dans la boîte magique en haut. Donc là, on pourrait remonter en surface.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Lynn n'en a pas parlé tout à l'heure.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Crochet tombé. Quand tombé au sol, un crochet en métal a été attaché à une de ses extrémités pour une raison inconnue. Examiner les rails. Une grande précision pour réussir ce numéro, et les rails permettent au chariot de ne pas dévier de sa trajectoire. Ça va être nécessaire pour transporter la boîte magique jusqu'au l'autre côté. Le meurtrier doit l'avoir utilisé pour réaliser son plan.
What is this place?
En tout cas, c'est une sortie. On dirait un conduit d'aération.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Une élinette était dans les deux boîtes. L'exception de celles qui ont servi à déplacer les boîtes magiques.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
L'opération du tunnel sans pouvoir permettre le passage d'une personne à peine. L'idée pour partir avec la dame disparue semble irréaliste. Ouais. À moins que cette dernière soit complice. Voilà, il y a des vêtements, vous savez la boîte d'objets. Ces accessoires de magie et de costumes ont été fourrés n'importe comment à l'intérieur. Ça va examiner les rails.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Lynette n'a pas parlé de changement de tenue en ce qui l'a concerné.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Le manteau appartenant à LANCÉE, la dame qui a disparu a été retrouvée dans le tunnel. La raison reste inconnue. Bon, peut-être que j'ai lu trop de détective Conan, mais ici Cowell était cette femme depuis le début.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Pour un autre tour de magie.
Oh, Paimon knows. It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear. down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Dans un morceau d'un vase brisé ont été retrouvés de l'autre côté du tunnel. Toute l'intérieur a été renversée. En jugé par la distance, il semble peu probable qu'il ait été renversé par le chariot destiné à transporter la boîte magique.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up.
Très curieux.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Oops.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then! You know, like the kind you usually see in novels!
On dirait bien.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
L'oratrice sera là aussi?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinant.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
C'est pas le moment de faire la fine bouche, Paimon.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Ah, je pense qu'on devrait trouver un moyen de se faire la malle maintenant. Paimon!
Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best,
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
La demoiselle, elle a un sacré style. Hein. J'aime bien.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Donne-moi un truc commun aux membres de la Spinadi Rosou, là. Au moment où Navia sont dîner d'experte et les macarons ne tardent pas à sortir du four. Wow.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
Mais c'est quoi ces macarons du futur? Putain. Putain. Ils sont plus grands que la tasse. Les macarons, ils sont plus grands que la tasse.
From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
J'étais en train d'applaudir.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
C'est pas ce que j'appelle mettre la main à la pâte.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
Où sont les aristocrates de Bonstedt quand on a besoin de... Si on les faisait venir là, ils seraient bien en fait.
Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Merci.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Eh ben.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
À part les jumeaux, il ne reste que la jeune femme disparue et l'assistant décédé.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
Il n'y a pas de troisième personne.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
Savait-elle assez sur les ficelles du tour pour le faire?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Ce n'est pas grave. Tu les as déjà mangés de toute façon.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Maloose, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, ce n'est pas la peine.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Le livre préparé les 2 macarons manquants. Enfin, les questions qui s'ensuivent est loin d'être fructueuse.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Donc, au motif apparent pour ce qui est d'arriver à Cowell ou à LANCÉE. Mais après avoir parlé à Navia, la probabilité que personne tierce soit impliquée semble également très faible.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Aïe aïe aïe, dossier mise à jour.
Why would it be him? There was no third person. And Paimon didn't eat more than 3 macarons either. That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon.
Ah, il nous manque des trucs.
Digging a tunnel just for a magic trick? Whew, that must have been a lot of work. Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. This is probably a prop, too. Oh, looks like it could hook onto a lot of things. Like the Traveler's fishing rod! This flower vase is probably a prop for the show. But it also could have been used in the crime. Paimon doesn't get this at all. You think about it for a bit, Traveler.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end.
If you do encounter Miss Halsey, please contact the guards immediately.
Bon. Bon, j'ai amis. J'ai bien envie de continuer à jeter un coup d'œil.
Lenny's magic tricks were the stuff of legends, but the way he did this crime, he should have stuck to doing magic.
Look, doing magic tricks is one thing. Pulling off crime is something else entirely. Maybe he was just too full of himself.
J'ai envie de continuer à regarder. Mais il nous manque des choses. La dame était là, non? Le gars qui pensait avoir découvert quelque chose, vous entendez où?
Could it be that I didn't see it happen?
My apologies, but access to the venue is
Ouais. Qu'est-ce qui aurait bien pu nous échapper? Il pourrait y avoir des choses. Non mais vraiment, quels indices nous manquent? Est-ce que les indices viendront après?
Whoever the murderer was, why would it be him? That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon. That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon.
En plus, ça mène à rien cet endroit. Chers amis, je pense donc que l'enquête s'est close. Je n'arrive pas à trouver d'autres indices. Ça m'étonnerait qu'ils soient aussi bien cachés. On va donc se laisser là-dessus pour cet épisode. Mais on va évidemment... Je vais enregistrer le procès tout de suite aussi. Hein. Même si... Bon, commence à faire tard. On se retrouve donc dans le prochain épisode, chers amis. Ciao et à bientôt.